Hi, Leo. This is Donatella, Empress of Swords. I know that I have been gone for a very long time, but welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. I want to really sincerely apologizing. I want to really sincerely apologize to you, specifically, Leo, for dropping some of my readings for the last, I think it's been at least 8 months since I did uh, one of my recordings with you. Um, a lot of things have changed in my life. And if you guys had remembered, sometime around July of last year, a lot of traumatic events have happened to a lot of us, especially particular to you, Leo. I feel like you were especially affected this last summer. I think that you really saw people for truly who you think, who I mean, who for who they really are. So whether you were having some ups and downs with certain people, the ones that were truest to you had stuck around and always um, showed you some sort of loyalty. What I do want to tell you though is this morning when I woke up, immediately as soon as I was ready, I'm still in my pajamas. I feel like Spirit told me, before you finish getting ready, I need you to head your way towards Leo right now. Like, I don't care. I don't want you to finish with getting ready. I don't care how perfect you want to look for Leo. Leo needs to talk to you right now. Leo will talk to you in their pajamas. They don't give a shit, Libra. They love your energy. Even though Leo can be a sign of royalty, there is some sort of level of understanding when it comes to talking to Libra. There is some kind of level of facade that can come off because it is a very sincere, safe, and genuine place when Leo and Libra communicate together. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but especially through friendship, Leos and Libras have, it's in history. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Even in social media, Leo and Libra have a very huge, strong bond. The only problem is though right now, currently, especially in the last past year, there is some deceptive energies that you will be overcoming, and this could be the end of the brink of it. You have been surrounded by different types of people that are your role model. I feel that God this year has presented some people towards you to show you the light, to help you see who's real, who's not real, who is going to devastate your life, and who is going to make your life more abundant. I had a dream about a particular Leo washing all of my mirrors. And what I mean by washing all of my mirrors is, and this could be a message to you now that I'm directing this force back to you, Libra will wash your mirrors. If you've been around a Libra, she will take your mirrors and she will wash them. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me tell you something, guys. If a person is ugly, they're never going to want to have mirrors in their house, okay? They're not going to want to see themselves for who they are. They're not going to truly want to expose everything about themselves. They're going to hide everything secret in their life. A person that is truly beautiful has no problem talking about the inner circle of her life, about the problems in their life, because they use those problems as examples to solutions. So if you have a person in your life and they're highly deceptive, they keep constant secrets in their life, everything about their life is a facade, it's fake, then you are dealing with someone that is not in your highest interest, because people that lie a lot about their life are people that need to hide it for a certain reason, and you are going to be going through that a lot. I think this past year had a lot to do with different energies around you, for you seeing everything for really what it is. Especially like possibly family members and friends and things like that. But you're still not in the end of it though. So there is some time, and there is some things and lessons during this timeline that you will learn, but you're going to use that to demonstrate something to other people in the future to make them strong. So if you've ever went through something that was devastating, I feel like you're holding on until you show that bright light, and then that way you can be a teacher for everyone else in the future. Leo, you are a very positive social person. When it comes to being a direction for people, I look at you as royalty, especially when you're at your highest frequency. People do really rely on your advice when it comes to beauty, when it comes to social standing, when it comes to making friendships. You are a very pivotal pillar in people's lives because of the power that you possess. I just feel like lately, I don't know why, but I get this image of you sitting in your pajamas. You don't have the energy, and you're just like, fuck this, I don't want to teach people anymore, I'm tired of it. But the thing about you though is that you have really taught people how to use their reset button, and it's really important for you to be out there and really teach this reset button, because when you allow people to learn the reset button, you're allowing other people to grow and have another chance again in their life. Now, I'm not saying to give chances to those who are extremely detrimental in your life. What I'm saying is that you need to accept things for the way they are and stop lying to yourself. You need to say, hey, Joe, so and so is this way, and that is the way that things are going to be, and accept it for what it is. And then you're starting to also see that petty things are not as important as they were at some point of your life. You're also seeing that what truly matters to you is having the peace and harmony in your life, and all the petty things are really not that important. The people that bring peace and love and structure in your life are really the ones that are out looking for you, not the ones that are constantly wanting to go out, have a mimosa, forget about problems, distract themselves, take you away from your children, take you away from your vision, take you away from your dreams, take you away from your finances, take you away from your goals. Those are the people that you really, really need to stay away from, whether they're family or not. The person that wants to help you structurize your life, you're learning now, are the people that are really the realest to you. And it doesn't matter how much money they make, because at some point, we're thinking, oh, if this person buys a nice car for themselves, if this person dresses really well, if this person has that swag that we like, then we're going to get the treatment that we want. And it's kind of like we're lying to ourselves, because not necessarily if a person is treating themselves good, they're going to also treat other people better. The only way that you'll know this is because the only way you'll know who a person is how much they expose their life. That's how you'll know who a real person is. Behind closed doors, are they really the same person in front of everybody else? Now, if there's a vulnerability issue, that's something else. I'm talking about deep, dark secrets that they're just trying to cover up. A person that is pure, a person that is genuine, has nothing to lie about. Will tell you everything down to the detail of detail, to the point that you're just like, all right, already, I don't want to know anymore. That's what it is. A person that has nothing to lose will actually, not just nothing to lose, but a person that purely, just genuinely really wants to get to know you, really wants to be with you, they feel like they will lose everything else to have you. And that's really what you want. You're looking for that stable, sincere loyalty. Leo, you have to provide that yourself. Leo, you have to be that open book. Your house, your home, your friends, your situation cannot be a lie. If you're struggling to be who you are, then it will be an issue going forward, even for the next 10 years. Right now, Jupiter is in Sagittarius, and it's about to go backwards. It's going to really test your spirituality. If you have been saying you're Christian or religious or Muslim or Buddhist or whatever spirituality that you practice, you're really going to be tested, and it's going to be really exposed if you're not careful. As long, if it was done in the wrong way. I know that there are people that use religion or drugs or other things as a means of distraction, so that people can really not see what is going on in their life. And you're going to really ask yourself, what am I distracting myself with, so that way I can clean up the mess that is around me, and make sure that everybody around me is purely genuine, and completely take out the trash. I've been visioning, in my mind, I've been visioning, you're gonna understand me when I explain this to you right now. I haven't even opened up your cards yet, as you guys can see. I imagine you taking out 4 trash cans, okay? I'm seriously telling you this because this is pertaining to you, okay? There's 4 trash cans that need to be taken out, okay? These are metaphorical trash cans, Leo. It could be 4 people, that are garbage that are in your life that need to be removed, so that way they could see the light from God, not from you. You are not God. You're not responsible to fixing these people. It's your physical responsibility to take care of your own things, your own children, your own life. Those things, those focuses are your own responsibility. But when it comes to making an adult understand what they need to be doing, you shouldn't have to put the reins on that at all. They've had enough time to grow up to realize what they need to be doing. Okay, so in the first card that I have is I have 2 Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so you're not gonna sit on the sidelines anymore to make a decision about this and that. You're putting your foot down, and you're not gonna let people take advantage of you. You've actually seen, like even before I started this reading, I know why you're not allowing the juggling continue. You want to live an honest life, and you won't allow anyone to juggle you. There is a person in your life who was a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. This person you're having extreme disagreements with. You are not talking to them. You don't want to have an understanding, which is fine. And the whole reason of this is because you don't want to go and put yourself through a juggling process. This can be a huge toxic situation that is happening in your life. I feel like you don't want to see the other side of this person's story. And I feel like it will disrupt a lot more things if you learned even more. In your frontal mind, you're doing everything that you can to have patience. But I'm telling you, I don't see patience right now. You're trying to keep your cool right now from going berserk on other people with their thoughts and their opinions and their guidance and keeping you at peace. But I want to remind you, Leo, please, 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 make sure that you take yourself to a place of huge calmness. You need to get to nature ASAP. When I feel like this, I need to get myself to nature ASAP. I don't fuck around. And I'm even cussing now, because before I used to limit myself, and I'm telling you now, Leo, when I'm around you, I feel this strength, I feel this power, I feel this security, I feel like anything is possible. I feel like huge amounts of genuine friendship. I feel huge amounts of loyalty. I feel like my secrets are safe. I feel like I have these fucking wings that I could wear. And I want to give it back to you. Okay, you gave it to me. I want to give it back to you. You're my everything. You're my doll. You are someone that is out there that helps people feel courageous. And that is why some people are super sad that you don't want to talk to them. And that's because you give them this feeling of validation. That's the word that I'm looking for. If a person never knew who they were, they go to you and they get their validation back. You help a person realize who they are. So if they're in the wrong, and if you have genuine love for them, you exactly show them exactly who they need to be in the way that they need to be. So you're doing whatever you're supposed to be doing. You did whatever you need to do it, as far as if it was teaching someone out from love what they needed to do. The problem is that you're not allowing people to have tough love. And when I say tough love, I mean like doing the research when it comes to specific behavioral problems, whether it's your son or daughter or the people that you're dealing with. Especially, I'm talking about earth signs. If you're having any issues with earth signs, I want to tell you, you are a fire sign, so this ground is shifting right now. This ground is upside down right now. If you're dealing with Capricorn or Virgo especially, you need to really put your focus there. You need to really fix whatever is going on there, because I don't think that there was enough of an understanding, because there wasn't enough time because of the distractions that have been happening. You need more people that are going to support you in the direction that you need to go to structure. There's a lot of people that need your support so that way they can get out of their funk. And this can cause a huge upheaval, because it's going to cause some distractions in your life. There has been some toxic lovers in your past. If you've been dealing especially with a Gemini, Leo, this person has completely not allowed you to understand life for what it is. It has made you realize that there are people that can be deceptive, that do look at directions in 2 different ways, and it makes you possibly think that you were not loved. And what I'm saying is this energy take it out of your vicinity and look at it for what it is. And not everybody is like that, because you've had examples of other people that are not like that. So don't automatically assume that when the next person comes, they're going to be acting and behaving this way. But also know the information and know what is going on, so that way you can prepare and plan for yourself. I see the Queen of Swords coming heavily strong towards you within the next coming week. Queen of Swords can be anyone from a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. This person has pure power when it comes to explaining and expressing themselves. If you have a high frequency Queen of Swords in your life, so you can have, let me tell you, don't be confused, Leo, because I have this feeling that you're having some paranoia. You can have a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra past relationship person in your life, okay? This person could have been extremely toxic, could have been toxic the way that they talk, but this card is not upside down. So I'm telling you, this person is not the old person. This person is different than the other air sign. There's another air sign that is in your life. This air sign, I feel like it could be gearing towards the Leo, because I know that I have extreme great relationships with Leo in my experience. So it could be a Libra is what I'm saying. But it doesn't have to be that past negative air sign that you had dealt with. And this person that is coming up does not live a lie. They don't like their life to be a lie. They divulge so much information that it's just overkill. Okay? This person, if this matter is not treated in a proper way, whether you want to participate or not, it will highly affect you. Because this person has a huge moral responsibility of balancing their life and the people that are around them. This person holds huge accountability to taking care of the people around them. So if this is your catalyst, if you do want change, this is the person that you can come talk to, because this person has connections through the other loopholes that you need. This entire time you have thought that you've had all the power. Through your single-handedness, you can control all of this. Through your own mind, you can control all of this. But you're about to realize how much group effort and teamwork can hugely impact you. So you will probably most likely have conversations with a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius, but this is not the low frequency experience. This is the high frequency mattered person. This person is not sideways. This person is not upside down. This person is pure with their intentions. This person is absolutely genuine, and this person will tell you exactly for what everything is, exactly the way. There's not any loopholes, and there's not anything left out. This person will give you exactly what you need as far as a conversation that you've been looking for. Because in the near future, I feel like if you don't handle this conversation in a proper way, or gain the understanding that you were needing to understand, the world is sitting at a reverse place. Now, I feel like it is my dire need that after the 20th, or around the 20th, because there's a full moon in Libra, there was 2 back to back. Okay, so this is not happening by no. This is no coincidence. You know what I'm trying to say. Because there were 6 retrogrades that were heavily impacting us last summer, and I know you were feeling some kind of type of way. And then now all of a sudden you get your karma Libra moon, okay? So tell me that's not crazy. There are some matters that need to be handled. Things are going to be flipped upside down, but if you see the world flipping upside down, trust me and believe that it's God's work. Please never stop having your faith. Never, ever, 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 ever stop having your faith. I'm telling you right now, Leo, if there was a time to be tested for your faith in God or a higher power or whoever you believe in, or even higher frequency, or the secret, the law of attraction, positive thinking, this is the time. Especially these next week or next 2 weeks, you will be heavily, heavily tested. So this is the time that you have an invitation to open your heart. If you take this invitation, things can manifest in such a beautiful way. But if you do not take this journey, this leap of faith, then you could possibly hit hit some snags going forward in the future. There is a lesson, there is a cycle that could be repeating itself very soon. And if it's not cleaned up, it will really manifest by October. I mean, really, really, really manifest in a negative way by October. So there's communication that needs to be had. There needs to be some Clorox bleaching, if you get what I'm saying. There needs to be some honesty. There needs to be some communication. Maybe this air sign is your therapist. Maybe they're your best friend. Maybe they're your lover. Maybe they're your parent. Maybe they're your child. Maybe they're a relative. I'm not sure. But there's a person that absolutely loves you, that lives a complete honest life, okay? I'm not talking about the deceptive air sign, okay? I'm talking about the honest one, the one that never, ever, ever, ever hides anything from you. Or maybe this is a person that you haven't met yet, because their energy is coming in 1 week. Whoever's energy is strong about talking about truths, the one that talks about truth, that's the one that you need to have a conversation with. The negative energies will be, the next card is the 10 of Cups. I see that I actually went in the wrong order. This was a past card. This was a 10 of Cups in the past, in the distant past. You felt like you had a perfect family life. Whether if you were a child, maybe you imagined it a certain way while you were growing up with your parents. Or maybe a long time ago you met the love of your life, and maybe they passed away, or they left, or there were some circumstances that affected you where things just crashed. The world crashed after that relationship. The world crashed after you realized that your life is not like your parents' life, or whatever example you've had that was great. There was some kind of reality that checked in. And I feel like the world card reverse is a past, present, and future card. Because I feel like whatever this relationship that you went through, it was so grand. Or the family life that you went through, there's a high expectation on it. There is a reminder of it. There's a constant thought about it. There's a guideline of it. It's a blueprint for you of how things should be. Maybe the beginning it started off great, and then you're like, nope, it's not this way, so I don't want it like this unless it's this way. That thought of not recreating, that thought of being dishonest, that thought of not communicating, there has been people that have tried to talk to you, communicated with you, that have nothing to do with even your love life. And I feel like that you've rejected them. I feel like you don't want to have communication with them, but they're ready to talk to you. And once you talk to them, a lot of clarity will start manifesting in your life. You do have a chance that even after this person comes into your life, there will be a Knight of Wands that will either stand up for them or will come alongside with them and help them. There is a person that is a Knight of Wands. They're in and out, in and out, in and out. It's an energy that comes, loves you a little bit, and leaves. Comes, loves you a little bit, it leaves. It feels fiery. It could be a fire sign. They don't have to be a fire sign. It could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. But this person will come and bring you some sort of education towards the relationships that you've been having. It'll help you see how you've been acting or what you've been doing. Could be a possibility that you are talking to someone that is very social like yourself. And when you start seeing, or maybe not even social, but maybe there are places that you go to that you stopped going to recently. But maybe there's church events that you stopped going to, or there's party events that you stopped going to. This person comes in your life and shows you your social status. Reminds you of your social status. Reminds you of how love feels, how friendship feels, how this and that feels. And there might be a conversation that this Queen of Swords is talked about at that time. There could be a conversation that you do start realizing something at that time. And also there's some kind of talk about some betrayal that happened to you that is stopping. When you go and cycle your life, when you make a different life, when you start accepting the truth for what it was and not defend something that was not right and not defend something that was not real, the betrayal in your heart is leaving. There's going to be a fire sign that forces you to talk or get out of your shell or communicate or to be social, or to be loving, something of that source. There's going to be some kind of influence of a fire sign after the air sign strength shows in. You will get the communication from the air sign. There will be a pure, clean air, like even if they're not an air sign, even if they're not in Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this person is all about their truth. And when the Knight of Wands comes right after, either they're going to have a backup plan for this Swords person who's talking the truth, or they're going to help you realize whatever happened. They're going to help you realize everything for what it is. They're going to make you realize all the behaviors that had happened around you. And this is going to reverse, but you have to take out the sword slowly. It hurts. And these are truth. Okay? Swords always represented truth. We're not dead. We're alive right now. You guys are able to watch this. So you're not literally physically dying with a broken heart. You can heal it. It's a cartoon figure. You can heal it. You can sew it. When you are living in the spiritual world, it's always like a cartoon. You can reset anything. All of a sudden, they're happily ever after. And it was like, he never left. And blah, 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 blah. And all these miracles happen. That only happens through God. It doesn't happen with you saying, no, 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 and this is my kingdom, and you can't talk to me, and you can't come over, and no one can come to this party, and if you're not cool enough, or if you don't dress like this, you're not involved in my situation. You're starting to realize, like, all that shit is petty. It doesn't matter what they wore or what they did or how much money they had. Because when it came down to it, if they weren't a genuine person and they looked so fun as fuck, it never mattered. Especially that Gemini that was in your life. Whether you were dealing with a Gemini or an Aquarius or a Libra, there was some kind of toxic person that did not live in the guidelines that you lived. And you thought that this other person afterwards was going to behave the same way again. You assume that these people had the same type of personality that would do the same actions. You had a situation with someone leaving, coming back, leaving, coming back. And you believe that this person is the same way. You assume that. This person would never leave. This person, if treated fairly, if treated well, the person that is honest, I'm not talking about the one that was deceptive, will never leave. They have no reason to leave because they're an honest person themselves. They'll only affiliate with people that are honest. So after you understand this, after you see this for what it is, you can slowly start taking the knives for what they are. But you have to come with the truth. You have to even show your vulnerability. Even a king is vulnerable at times, and that's when they fall in love with the king. The only time I fall in love with a king on Game of Thrones or any show that I'm watching is when you can see their vulnerable side. And I'm a Libra, so I'll connect with every single zodiac out there. When I see someone as real and genuine and vulnerable, and they don't have any lies, and they're like straight shooter, like I have so much mad respect for them because they're not embarrassed with what they went through. They have a process that they can explain to me because I'm not a child anymore. You know, when you're a child and you're immature, you don't have time to listen to everybody's stories and experiences. But when you're an adult, you've been through this shit. You've been through the experiences. You know what guidelines work. You know what guidelines don't work. You know what sits well and you know what doesn't sit well. And you know that everybody in this earth is weaved like a blanket. And if one of these shreds down, guess what? This one's falling apart. Then this one will fall apart. And then this one will fall apart too, Leo. You need the help of others. You need to not accept that a person is being distant. If a person has been there and said that they wanted to be there, they did truly want to be there, Leo. The problem is that you need to see it for what it is. If you love someone that has an addiction, you need to take them to where they need to go to be cleaned. If you see someone suffering from some kind of scenario, they need to go wherever they need to go. If they're not listening to your progress, if they're not listening to your needs, if you can't be vulnerable and tell them, I'm lacking self-esteem, I'm lacking faith, I'm lacking security, then you will never feel that power that you've always wanted to feel as a king. Your party will be empty. You'll feel worse than John Gatsby when he invited everybody over and his lover didn't even show up. He invited all those people, but they didn't even show up. But even John Gatsby understood that even later, when he didn't even have money, or if he does have money, it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter. Because once a situation is not truthful in the public's eye, then there's a lot of resentment inside of our bodies. There's a lot of pain and suffering inside of our bodies that nobody knows about. We could just be sitting in church, and we can be all more religious that we want to be. We could be praising God. We could be praying. We could be fasting. We could be doing all this. But then if we don't have any forgiveness in our heart, if we haven't been able to let go, then there's going to be a lot of issues. And you showing your truth, you saying, hey, I was strong enough to conquer this, that I am not who you think I am. I'm actually even better than that. And you actually are able to communicate and not hide, then there's so much mad respect at that point, because everybody will look up to you like, wow, this is a decent human being. And I don't think that you really so much care about how others perceive you, but it really does affect you when you're out there and you're trying to handle negotiations, handle your daily life, get the help that you need, be wherever you are. You do also need to accept everything for the way that it is. Just from there, make it better. It doesn't have to be your personality. Like if something's going on that is not perfect, that does not have to be your personality. It doesn't have to be who you were labeled as because you affiliate with certain people, or what you do because of your past. You don't have to be labeled as that. What matters is, what are you doing now? What are you doing now to be the better person for the universe, not for just your family with whatever's going on within your community? Because it's always been so much about you, your friends, and what is in your circle. But when you protect your circle so much, you don't even know exactly what is going on in your circle at times, because not everybody will be as honest as you, and you're not as honest as them sometimes, because of the lack of communication, because of the lack of trust, because of the past problems. And maybe you don't even have problems with the person that you're currently with now or live with now, but there has been betrayal in the past, and you saw some deceptive energy that was back and forth. It was really dishonest, and it was hard for you to deal with, and you felt like, you know what, I have to keep this up so that way I can survive in this world. And it doesn't have to be that way. Leo, I see you healing. Probably there's going to be a lot. I want you guys to stay tuned, because I will come back. I want to come back around the 20th. I'll probably come back in a couple days, do another reading again, because I want to completely shift this energy. I want to get the fuck out of this energy. I've been gone for 8 months, and there was a reason why I was gone for 8 months. I was gone because I promise you, I will never do a reading when I am in negative energy. I will never do that. I will never ever do that. I don't know how these readers are doing tons and tons of readings month after month after month. If my energy is not strong and powerful, I'm not doing anything but being neutral for you. And that's not who I am. I am not neutral. I am Queen of Swords. You want to know about my shit? Go watch the Libra video. You want to know about who I am? Go watch the Libra video. I have nothing to hide. I will sit there and I will be 100,000% honest with you. And I love you too. I love you too. I love your personality. I love you sincerely. I love you when you're in your best threads and your best clothes and socializing with other people and teaching other people how to reset. I love it when you stand there in front of the crowd and dance with everyone. I love it when you include everyone and tell everyone it's okay to go to your party. I love it when you're generous and you share your food with all of us. Those are my favorite parts about you, Leo. But a lot of that stopped when you stopped giving a shit because other people stopped giving a shit. And I wish I can come over to your house and you offer me that tea, or you offer me that food, or, that's what makes me love you. That's what makes me so happy, about that, and about my own life, because of Leos that help other people, that have a genuine heart, that really strive to be the best that they can be. That's what makes me really love Leo. And I have an extremely good relationship with a Leo in my life. But I've also noticed that Leos tend to have loyalty for people that they don't know if they have the best intentions or not. So you could be sticking up for someone that has not had the proper training or the education or the lessons or whatever experience that they have went through in their life. And sometimes you can't help them. Sometimes you have to take them to a teacher, take them to a facility, take them somewhere where they can get the help. Because like I said, Leo, you're not God. And I know at times you could feel like it, because I know when you're just look at freaking J-Lo. She just gets there in front of I think she's a Leo, right? I hope I'm not wrong. But she just gets there oh, I could do this. 50 years old girl, you ain't aging. Don't worry about aging, Leo, because I know, I swear, you guys are one of the most beautiful signs out there. And this lady, it's like, girl, you are in your 50s. You look fucking amazing. Stop worrying about aging. If you're worried about aging, look at J-Lo. She's doing great. It's not about that. It's about living an honest life. Like, she doesn't care. You could say all of this smack talk. You could say all of this and that. She doesn't care. At the end of the day, everybody looks up to her. Everybody looks at her clothes. Everybody looks at her body. Everybody looks at her workouts. Everybody looks at how she's being treated by men. Everybody looks at everything about her. And I feel like you guys are emphasizing this energy more as time comes. And Queen of Wands always reminds me of J-Lo. It's that sexy summer body person. It's that girl that gets the king. It's that guy that gets the queen. It's that person that keeps buying brand new shoes and keeps buying jewelry and always smells so fucking good in the car. And every time we drive somewhere, the radio pops off and it's like the best song and we're singing together. And man, you need to go hang out with your Libra friend, the good one, or the Aquarius friend, or the Gemini friend, whoever like you sit in the car with that pumps you up. Get back there. Get back there. But I'm telling you, there's a conversation that's coming up. It's going to be supreme. It's going to be really, really supreme. And I see you very happy at the end. You may be living a single life right now. You may be in a relationship and you may be feeling single. But I feel like you do have a lot of things in front of you, and I hope that you're not taking them for granted, because I do see that you're entering into a lot of abundance, where if you don't feel independent right now, pretty soon you're going to be feeling very not only financially independent, but even emotionally independent, like to the point that you're content. Like, I could feel good. But just be super careful, because this card can represent the card of selfishness, okay? Karma can change at any time, so you want to keep your karma and your dharma correct. If you have this much energy, you have this much love, you need to go and share one of these cups. You need to go at least keep one for yourself and take the other 9 and give them to other people. Because I also see this, that you're being very content with yourself, but I also see this as a very selfish card as well. This is selfish for emotional vulnerability. Cups represent emotions. I'm not talking about money, Leo, because I know you guys have the best gifts and the best this and that. I'm not talking about that, or taking us out to dinner. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being honest about your past, what you went through, and actually opening up and allowing people to be vulnerable, allowing people to talk about their experience, everything that they went through, and actually giving that extra cup, giving that love, giving that forgiveness, letting go, and saying, hey, you know what? It's okay. I know things are the way that they are, but I have this extra love that I can give you, so that way you can get to the next step in your life. And you don't have to do that for that person. There are things that they can do that will help them. But there are 2 people in your vicinity that will definitely help you to learn about forgiveness and communication. And that's going to be highly emphasized on this month. Okay, Leo, I love you guys so much. I hope to hear from you guys very soon. I hope that this reading has given you a lot of strength. I don't want you guys to be sitting at home in your pajamas. God told me not to put my best threads on today, because usually I'm just like, I'm going to go dress so beautiful for Leo, because I love Leo. And every time I dress nice, Leo always notices it. And every time Leo dresses nice, I always notice it. So let's just dress nice for each other. You know, that was that feeling that I had. But right now it was like, Libra, put it down. Put it down. Like right now, you don't even need to do that right now. You don't need to be amping up right now for Leo. Leo already knows. Leo already knows about the amp up. Leo needs your quiet time. Leo needs your real time. Leo needs your pajama time. You know, when you sit there and have pajama and coffee together. That's what Leo needs right now. Okay? But after that, things will come back. It's just a temporary period. It's been on, off kind of feeling. And I want to get you back to where you used to be. And it won't start until you start talking about experiences, and you know what I'm talking about. And there's been some deceptive energy. There's been some pushback. There's been people that have been trying to communicate with you about the truth, and I don't feel like you wanted to know the truth for a very long time. So please open that door to truth for yourself and others, because if you want others to be honest with you, you need to be honest too. Okay, guys, I love you so much. I hope to hear from you guys soon. Bye-bye.